Good morning, everyone. Today is the 18th of May, Monday morning. Have you ever thought about the contrast between a suffering servant and an exalted ruling king? What a contrast. Luke 9:58 says, "And Jesus said unto him, Foxes have holes, and birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head." What a contrast between the suffering servant while he was here on earth and the reigning King of glory in paradise. If we look at the 9th chapter of Luke, we'll find many interesting things here. The contrast for us is the same, isn't it? Most of us, not all, but most of us down here have very little to show for as far as material wealth. He sent the disciples to preach the kingdom of God and to heal the sick. And he said unto them, "Take nothing for your journey, neither staves, nor scrips, neither bread, neither money, neither have 2 coats apiece." How many mega churches are following that directive? Okay. "Whosoever will not receive you when you go out of that city, shake off the very dust from your feet for a testimony against them." And they departed and went through the towns, preaching the gospel and healing everywhere. Excuse me. And he fed the 5,000 with a few loaves and fishes. And he says the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and chief priests and scribes, and be slain and be raised the 3rd day. Have you ever felt like you've been rejected of the elders and the chief priests and the scribes? I know I have. You know, it's really an honor when the chief priests and the elders and the scribes reject you, because Christ himself was rejected by the elders and chief priests and scribes. He said, "If any man come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me." He didn't say, "Go build you a $250,000 parsonage to live in." He didn't say, "Build up your 401k. He didn't say, "Get you a jet so you can go preach the gospel in your jet." "For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantaged if he gain the whole world and lose himself and be cast away?" Well, he says, "Whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and in the holy angels. But I tell you the truth, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the kingdom of God." What a contrast between a suffering servant and the exalted king. We put so much emphasis on the things of this world, don't we? Jesus Christ didn't put a lot of emphasis on the things of this world. The devil took him into a high mountain and offered him all the kingdoms of this world. Jesus Christ knew where he came from. He knew who he was. He knew he was a suffering servant for a while, but would be the exalted king. He said, the Son of Man has not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them. If we're going through some difficulties right now, and some financial woes and some struggles, realize Jesus Christ didn't have a lot financially on this earth. You know, even though he was God himself in the flesh. He said he didn't even have a place to lay his head. He said to another, follow me, but he said, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. Jesus said, let the dead bury their dead. Go thou and preach the kingdom of God. Jesus said, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God. So I think the admonition for us this morning is to stop putting all this emphasis on the things of this world. You know, you don't have to have a PhD. You don't have to have a Master's of Divinity degree. You don't have to have a Doctor of Divinity degree. You don't have to have a place at the country club, a golf membership. You don't have to have a jet to go around the world preaching the gospel. One of these days, what did he tell the thief on the cross? He told the thief on the cross, this day you will be with me in paradise. One of these days, we're not going to have the woes of lack, are we? We're not going to have the woes of lack. Look around you. Yesterday on my way to church up to Joplin, there was this man pulling a child's wagon full of clothes and pushing a woman in a wheelchair. And my heart was touched by that, you know. Pulling a child's wagon with clothes in it and pushing a woman in a wheelchair. Well, may the good Lord be with you this morning is my prayer. God bless.